Okay, everybody. Um, Beard Brothers breaks. So right now, this is going to be an equipment check, an internet check. So we're checking stuff. So right now, we're not directly. I mean, you can definitely buy into our breaks. Hey, Dustin. What's up? So yeah, right now what we're doing is this is just uh, Maddie's going to be over later when he gets out of work. So right now we're just kind of getting on here. We're testing the stream. We're just testing the stream and whatnot. We've had some issues, as you know. We're trying to see if we can work those out. Now, one of them, I can be like, both of us get kind of draft day. Both of us get really worked up when we do it. I know Matt gets nervous. I get a little nervous. Um, just making sure because I don't know about you guys. I mean, I don't know if you break Dustin. To my understanding, you don't yet, or whatever. I'm not sure. Maybe you do. But I know I get nervous because I mean people are spending money. We want to give you guys quality for that, and yeah, it's basically one of those things where we both get a little nervous, and so I know he gets nervous, and so like for example, from what we can tell, I mean I don't know about it, but we use ManyCam, which allows us to put like I have right now Microsoft Word up there to give you guys some info and whatnot. Um, so basically, the software is running for that, and I must have exited out of it by accident. The first break or two, probably the first break in general, um, we didn't have this software. Yeah, yeah, and that's what Matt and I have been talking about. Like we had the messing up of the last break and the break before that. Now, part of it was the internet. Last break, we don't think the internet was giving us much issue at all. We didn't have the newer modem in, but we did get a modem router directly from Atlantic Broadband MetroCast, and now we are getting like this computer is getting. We pay for 250. You're gonna have some loss. I'm directly plugged in, and we're getting about 220 to 30 megabytes per second compared to before it was like 60, and it was horrible. So we shouldn't have any more issues as far as internet streaming goes that we know of. We're also getting the full 20 megabytes upload, so hopefully that should solve any issues. Now, again, like I said, I may have screwed up. I get panicky or I get a little nervous, especially with the random stuff, because the software in Excel I'm using, I rather use that just because to paste stuff into random.org, it likes to add the number in front. It kind of messes with it, and so I'm trying to get Excel to work 100% correctly all the time, and it's one of those things. It's just it can be finicky. So I probably exited out. From what we can tell, there may have been twice now that I've exited out of the ManyCam, which is what drives the live stream. So that's why it got shut down. But we did have an issue. I know last break we had a different issue. Um, I forget what it was. We had some different issue that screwed it up. Oh yeah, the computer was lagging, and this computer I built myself. It was partially already built when I got it. It was my boss's before he died. Um, I'm like 28, 29, and my boss was like 20 years old. Um, and he passed away. He had drug issues, and he passed away from that literally after like 2 weeks of me working for him. And his father is the one who actually owns everything, but like it was in care of his father. But um, so basically, his father sold me his computer at one point, and I upgraded stuff in it. I put some new stuff into it, so it's not bad. It has like an i5 core processor, um, which is not bad at all. And so I know it's getting a little old, but I mean it's probably 4 years old max. And being a laptop, it would be. I know they age a lot faster. It is a PC, so it really shouldn't have issues. And I've never had issues until what happened last week, where when we were streaming to you guys, all of a sudden the the computer was lagging, and I'm like, "Hey Matt, this doesn't look right. I think something's wrong. I don't think we're live streaming." And it was showing us we were, but it was laggy, and we checked, and it was like, "Nope, we are offline." And we're like, "What the heck?" So hopefully I've read that the internet can do that, even though I'm like, I didn't know the internet could do that to a computer. Like this, yeah, software can slow down, but I didn't think, or when you're running something for the internet, but I didn't know it would slow the computer itself down at all. And that just seemed to happen all of a sudden. That's the first time that's ever happened to me, period. And I play a lot of video games on my computer, big computer games off of Steam, and I've never had issues. So that was definitely something new. But hopefully, with the internet fixed, we'll have zero issues. So what we're doing right now is I figured I'd come on, chat to you guys for about 30 minutes to an hour. Then I got to do some other things. Matt's at work right now, but he'll be out hopefully by, he gets on around 3:30. He should be here by 4:15 to 4:30. And we figured we'll get on here. We'll try to sell some stuff. If we can break something, we'll break. If not, again, we'll be back Saturday as well. So hopefully all of that goes well. So I figured, and then when I'm done talking here, guys, I'm just going to leave this up, and we're just going to let it basically sit up and see if it, let it up for 2 or 3 hours of just sitting here to see if we have any issues, see if there's any internet issues or computer issues that arise during that time, just to test it out. But we figured we'd go and talk to you guys at least for a little while we're doing that. So here we are. So yeah, we put up some new breaks. We got some nice new stuff up on right now, which is really nice. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull up a window here, and I'll bring you right to our website, which will also be testing this since I've never done that. But let's see. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is bring up the website, which I've never done, but it shouldn't be too hard. Okay. So this is our website. I know most of you have probably been to it. Okay, so that's our streaming thing. It lets me see everything right there. So let me look at your comments and everything. So what we're going to do is just we upgraded the website right now. I forgot about the NHL as well. I didn't realize a lot of you guys do other cards. Like the basketball breaks was a surprise to me. Same with football. I just figured most of you guys just did baseball. Excuse me, but I didn't realize you guys did other things. So right now, I do have one for baseball. We have no basketball or football right now. Eventually, we'll get more into it. And obviously, we're going to try to stay away from retail because it's pretty clear no one wants that. Hey, Gary, what's up? So, yep, this is just us testing out. Again, for you, Gary. We're just testing out the website. Not the website. We're testing out the internet and the computer, just seeing if it has any issues. This is going to be like 3 or 4 hours total. Probably around 3 more, where I'm going to just talk to you guys for like a little while, and then I'm going to let it sit, so we can test it out and see if it has any issues. So Matt's going to be here later tonight again. He'll be here around 4:30ish at the latest, and we're going to go live, and he's going to talk to you guys a bunch. We're going to hopefully break something if we can. If not, we'll be back Saturday. We're hoping to break. We got some good stuff on here, so that's why we updated this so that it's Saturdays and Sundays we're available to break almost always. Thursdays are permitting depending what's going on, and then we're going to try to work on some weeknights in the works as well. Hopefully to be able to break with you guys more. Yep. Yeah, I just got to get some stuff done. I still have work still going on. I'm technically unemployed right now. But part of my pay for where I work is I live on the campground. So I'm still, even though I'm unemployed, I'm getting no money from work. I'm still getting to live in the building, so I still do work for the campground. So I still try to help out with whatever I can. So I got to do some stuff during the day to get done for that. But in wrestling, yeah, okay. So that's Matt. That's probably Matt chiming in right now, since it's showing up as us. That's got to be Matt chiming in. Yeah, Matt really wants to do wrestling, and that's the joke. I kind of freak out at him every once in a while, just because we do have quite a bit of money invested in this right now, and I'm just trying to take it one step at a time, and Maddie likes to go balls to the wall, so I'm trying to reel him in to keep him be like, hey, let's sell what we got. We'll get new stuff. I mean, I would love to do wrestling, so you going camping? Yeah, we're gonna see. We're actually writing a letter to the governor right now of New Hampshire because they've been talking about campgrounds. Right now, we're allowed to be open, but they were coming up with some rules about it, and they may shut them down. We don't know because of COVID. So we're not sure where we stand right now. I mean, we're taking a hit right now. Not many people are going camping, um, and all the towns around us, a lot of towns in New Hampshire are like, out of staters coming up, blah blah blah. And we're waiting to hear from the governor what the rules are going to be going on and stuff. Right now, it sounds like all tenting camping is going to be shut down, so we'll just have the RV section open, and then you can't have public bathrooms and all that stuff, and stuff like that. Yeah, Matt, go away. This is my lead here. Um, so, depending on the wrestling, I told Matt like I don't really know much about the old wrestling too much, only from what I've seen. I used to watch wrestling every once in a while with my grandfather when I was little, but I'm more up to depth on what's going on right now, up to par on it, and so I don't know a lot of the old stuff. So with the packs, they give you a bunch of old wrestlers. Matt's gonna have to lead that one because I won't know anyone. I'll know the newer people. Um, I've only been watching it truly for like the past 2 to 3 years, and even lately I haven't been watching too much of it. Just because that's one thing I do with my grandfather. We bond over is watching the wrestling. Um, yeah, we're not sure how it's gonna go with the campgrounds. Yeah, it's kind of late, but we'll see. Hopefully everything should be good. So I'm hoping it's killing business. But anyway, so we'll get back to cards real quick. So this is what we have up right now. Um, we have the Inception breaks as pick your own teams. As you guys can see, and so right now it's just when a team's bought, they disappear. So all of them only have one left for what teams are showing up. um, Hopefully, I'm trying to get it to be like a different breaker I've seen do, where it actually shows you all these names all up here in little boxes, and then what happens is they're all dark black. All the writing's in dark black, and the box is dark black. And when a team's been already bought, it still shows up. It just shows up as gray color, and then it has an X through it, which we would like more. I think it would look nicer. I think it would be nicer looking, and that it would also allow you to see what teams have been already picked compared to this, where you can still get the same idea, but it shows a better representation of what's left. So let's see. We got random teams. So right now we got the high tech rando. That still has quite a ways to go, so we're hoping people will buy into that. We know it's not the greatest break ever. It is not retail, which is good. It is all hobby box. So, 23 left in that. So that one we're hoping to get sold. It's been out for quite a while now. We have the two new ones. So we had the high tech. We got some leather and lumber we just put up. We have both are random, $7 each. Pretty cool looking new thing. Maddie's corner breaks is what they are. He brought back his Maddie corner breaks, and not bad. 8 hits, 4 autographs, and 4 relics, and 2 parallels. So definitely not bad at all. Yeah, Dustin. I mean, you want to help? We could use the help for the wrestling. Matt knows a lot of the older stuff. I know most of the new stuff, but even then, there's stuff I don't know. Not like Matt would know. He's been watching it for a long time. But yeah, we got leather and lumber. We got that up. We have Onyx in here. We put a random. So this is a dual player. So we wanted to make sure it's understood because there's some people who are doing Onyx. We've seen where they're a lot cheaper. Well, they're not cheaper, but we saw. We all support each other. We saw other people have them up, and we just wanted to understand that ours is 2 players. So we just want people to know it's not one spot you're buying. You are buying 2 spots. So definitely something different. I've never seen pick your own player. But yeah, there's 35 total. Matt was telling me yesterday some of you were confused on that. You only saw 32. Yeah, a lot of this is Matt really looks into this stuff, so and we have to base off of right now since we don't have the experience, we're basing off of what other people he knows has done. So, um, so we first with anything if it's not going to be random, or I should say not if it's not going to be random, but we first base stuff off of bigger breakers that have come before us. When a product comes out, we're gonna if it's not going to just be a random amount and it's going to have to be specific prices, which obviously this isn't, but the other Onyx is. What we do, what we do from the start is we're seeing their prices, and most of these people they're all going to get it for a lot cheaper than us. So we try to do our best to match, even though it does cost us more to get boxes. We have not signed up with a distributor yet, which we're looking into, but there's no guarantees. And with the COVID going on, that's even more up in the air. Or you can get really good discounts, but we have not been able to obtain that yet. But so we first have to see, definitely for pick your own teams, even for pick your own players, we have to kind of base it off of what other bigger people have sold for, just because we have not been able to find anywhere online a system of how do you actually come up with prices. Yeah, I've talked to Matt, but we do have an extra microphone, by the way. I did buy 2 of these sets. The issue is getting them to both work at once. I've not been able to figure that out. They're both USB types. They're both working off USB ports, which I did purposely because I heard the quality is really good with them. So that was my first thought, was like, it's almost like a talk show, a podcast essentially, was the idea. So that's why I did get 2 of these, and that's my goal, because we can kind of chit-chat back and forth. It lets me chime in on things and whatnot. So that is one of the goals. We'll work on getting the internet working, and my goal is to get like a couple of these breaks with no issues whatsoever, and then we can kind of progress from there, and hopefully that gets people a lot more confident in the breaks and whatnot. Just being able to have a break go all the way through with no technical difficulties would be nice. Not the end of the world, and you guys have been really good at working with us, and we appreciate it, because I know it's probably frustrating to have it go down, then it goes back up and whatnot. But so anyways, yeah, so this so right here, this is there's 35 players. We also went to the link down below for Beckett, and we were like, we only counted 32 players, and then we kept looking at the list, and we eventually found where the other 3 players were, that they just weren't in the base set, and we're like, oh, okay. So we didn't realize that ourselves, and we were having trouble finding that at first. So there are 35 people. So as it said with the random here, we have it down to 17 spots. Each person gets 2 spots randomized, and then the 35th player will get randomized off to someone. So right now we have 17 of that left. And some of these are really cool different sets of cards, like some really cool things. Matty Corners break here, we got these up. It's our Topps 2020. We still have plenty of those boxes left from what we bought them way too early, so we're selling these pretty much at cost at this point. We're not really looking to make money on the Topps. We're just trying to sell them and get our money back. We're trying not to lose anything on these Topps 2020, so we try to go as cheap as we could. We have a small little buffer just because we don't want to lose anything on them, but we're definitely not making much at all on them. I mean, I already told Matt, we're starting them at $3.99. We'll sell a box or 2. We'll probably put out more eventually, if we still have some, which we probably will. But the idea is, if we can make them cheaper, we'll make them cheaper. We're gonna kind of have to do a trial run with doing these 2 for $3.99, see what profit was made, if any. Hopefully there will be a little, but at this point it's just breaking even on these. So I told him we were going to try to go cheaper, but I told him it's risky because we don't know price wise how it's going to go. So we are going to start them at $3.99, do 1 or 2 of these things, and then if we can and we still have them, we'll put them up and we'll make them even cheaper. I mean, I'd love to get them as cheap as we can. We originally were going to try $3.50, but we got to play it safe, because at $3.50 we're like, we may lose some. So we figured we'll be safer with it and try it at $3.99, and then we'll bring the price down on some new ones if we're able to for the other Topps. We're definitely on the learning curve here of some of this the product. It's best to get it out fast. So there are going to be some products I've told Matt, let's try to make pretty much no profit. I mean, I always want to make some profit. When we calculate prices, we do calculate protection in there and shipping, obviously, because it's included. So we try to program that in there, because part of you're not making profit when you have to use protection. It does add up. A penny sleeve is still a penny, so it's not a lot, but when definitely with the tops, you have to use a lot more. So it just adds up. And then, I have prices on every little thing in here, what it costs us, so we can track those things and look. By far, am I not looking to be a millionaire off this stuff, but, it's just about, making a little money and having fun at the same time. So, it's the idea of, right now when we have older product like this, we're just looking to break even on it, not lose anything. So, that's good for you guys. We can get it as cheap as we can. We'd love to. So yeah, we brought the Matty Corners brakes back. We figured $3.99, even though it's tops 2020. It's not the hottest stuff out there. We figured pretty good price as far as we're concerned. I mean, Matt said if he was buying in right now, he'd be buying into that for quite a few. So then under PYT/PYP, we got to fix that, I guess. Yeah, if you guys see anything with the website ever, let us know so we can fix it and whatnot. Again, my goal is to bring you guys the best quality brakes we can bring you. So we got our 2 cases of Inception up. Pick your own team. So we still got a ways to go on these, unfortunately. We are making pretty good. Oh, I just added one to my cart. Yay. Let me take that out. Excuse me. So we got those 2, I think. I'd have to check. Let me see. Let me pull it up on my phone. Right now, I'll pull up what we have for product. Okay, so let's see. On break 1, we have 16 available. Break 2 of Inception, we have 19 available. So we're getting there, but Matt, I feel for Matt. Matt's like, oh, it's not selling. It's like, I know, we got to give it time. He's told me, Lunchbox, for example, he said he brought a lot of people of you guys together. He said when he first started, there was a lot of long waits to sell things. So I try to get him to be realistic and say, hey guys, you got OMG, you got Lunchbox, you got all these other guys who are doing this. And I try to tell him, All Stars, I believe, John McClure, if I'm correct. I mean, I try to get him to realize, dude, it's going to happen eventually. It's going to take time. One of the things we are going to be moving into is eBay, just because we can get a lot of outside people to come in, hopefully. So Matt will be talking about that later tonight. He'll be talking about it, what we're going to do with eBay right now. Both Matty corner brakes for the Tops 2020, we have 27 left in each. And on the Panini, the leather and lumber one has 27. Brake number 4 has 28 spots left. So we do have a ways to go. And then the high-tech Rando had 23 left. So we do have a ways to go, and we understand it stinks. Like Matt says, the problem is a lot of people don't want to buy in, and we understand until it's going to break because they want to break it then. So we totally understand that. That's why we're going to try to get some eBay involved, or as Matt will say, and I have to agree, FeeBay. Yep, so that's the plan. He said, OMG, get a drink, Brett. Yeah. So, yeah, last night I had a bad night, guys. I woke up at like 12:30 in the morning and I couldn't sleep. I actually was bad, and I had some McDonald's last night, and I had some indigestion, and I got some acid in my throat, which has been killing me. It was not so fun, not to gross you out, but yeah, wasn't the best idea. So yeah, Matt's gonna go on. He said 5, so Matt's gonna try to get on for like 4:15 as soon as he can get here, and we'll just try to do what we can. Yeah, so his main goal right now is to try to get the $3.99 brakes sold tonight, at least one of them, since it's the cheapest. And yeah, dude, I can't imagine what it must be like to have that. Like, I sleep pretty well most nights, and Matt has a tough time. Matt has a tough time. I usually sleep well. Every once in a while, I have a night I can't sleep. Like again, last night I woke up at 12:30, so I simply got up, watch some TV, watch some Impractical. First, I watched a little South Park, and then I watched some Impractical Jokers, which is another classic. And I'll stay. I stayed up till 2:30, went back to bed. I chewed on like probably a billion. I had like a billion. Not Pepto. I did take some Pepto Bismol, but I had the mint flavored calcium bicarbonate, whatever they're called, the Tums. There we go, to counteract the acid, and it worked for the most part. I don't know how you guys stay up till like Matt's told me where you stay up till 6, and I'm like, even on a weekend I'm like, oh my gosh. But yeah, I usually have pretty good sleep. Matt has very hard issues falling asleep and staying asleep. He's told me where, and I've talked to him about about it. Um, and Matt said he's more of a night person, and I'm not an early morning riser. I'll get up at 6 at the earliest usually. Um, I mean, if I have to, I'll get up, but I'm also, and I can be a late night person sometimes, but I can be an old man. I'll go to bed around 10 usually is my goal, give or take an hour on either side. My father is really an old guy, quite literally, but my dad has always been an old guy. He goes to bed at like 8 o'clock at night. Not necessarily full sleep, but he's trying to be in by 8, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know how he does it. Like, oh, that's too early. Um, so let's see. So the dual player has 17 spots. We haven't sold any in that one yet for the Onyx. The pick your own player, we are at 31 left out of 35. So we do have 31 as of right now on here. Um, there's the list of all of them. So we definitely got some good stuff up there for you guys. We want to give a variety, so we're trying to get all this stuff up. So as of right now, everything on here is not retail anymore, so no more retail. Unless we could find, I thought the basketball was pretty good. You guys seem to like it. But yeah, try to stay away from the retail. But so let's see. So that's what we got going on the website. I got still stuff to update on here and whatnot. like we'll explain more when Matt comes this evening. But we are going to be utilizing eBay more, especially with breaks that haven't been selling out. So he'll go into detail about that when he gets here tonight. And we'll explain it. But we're definitely going to bring eBay in here so we can sell things faster. And because we definitely realize for you guys that you guys would like to break, and we totally understand that. And we would like to break too. It kind of stinks waiting for things to sell out, and so instead of having to wait to just, when they sell out, we're going to try some things to get them sold faster for you guys. Just so everyone can enjoy them more. So let's see. I'm just trying to think what's been going on. So yeah, again, we have our new internet, which seems to be holding up right now okay. I've told Matt my biggest thing is just, I don't know if the number of watchers affects the stream at all as far as, a load on the stream or anything like that. I just don't know. The big test is going to be doing a stream itself where we have 9-10 people hopefully on it at a time. Maybe it doesn't affect it at all, so it won't matter, but that's going to be the big test here, is to see how this internet works right now, how the computer, if it has any issues. And part of that's going to have to be me doing all the stuff I do on the computer. We try to keep it all to a minimum so the system doesn't have issues, but so far it looks like it's doing okay. So, and I've got this hardwired into the router, and then I actually got to get a better cable for it. A permanent cable that I have to run under the trailer, because right now it just goes right through the kitchen down the hallway type thing. So hopefully that solves the issue with the internet, any issues we had there, and then hopefully the computer didn't have its own issues. So again, Matt will be here around 4. He gets out at 3:30, so hopefully he'll be here for 4:15. If not, he said 4:30, and we'll get going on at that point, and hopefully we can just sell something out before OMG goes live at 5. And we'll probably still be on after 5, obviously. We'll just try to kind of stay on for a little while and it's up to Matt what he can do right now, but um, maybe we'll go down and then go back up after when he's done. Um, so we'll see. We're definitely trying to get this stuff sold out. And even if hopefully we hope to have something sold today. If not, we will definitely be breaking something hopefully by Saturday. We'll see. As long as we can sell something out. Definitely the $3.99 breaks. I know it's Topps 2020, but we both figured for that price it's a pretty dang good price to hopefully get lucky with something. So hopefully with that cheap of a price we can get some people to buy in. So I'm gonna have to hit Facebook up again. I know he hits Twitter pretty well. He tried a Facebook ad. He tried doing a Facebook ad, which I don't have confidence in personally, just because I've done Facebook ads for my work, and I don't think they're that great. I've tried them; it didn't work for us. Maybe it will work better for here since it's online based compared to I was doing it for the bingo hall for the campground, but. Yeah, he screwed up and he didn't realize how it all works. And he's adding friends, and he thinks Matt thought he was adding friends to the page, which there's no such thing as friends for your business. It's just likes and follows. And all you want people to do is follow the page so that they get the updated info. So he said he told me over like 600 people. Maybe I'm exaggerating maybe he exaggerated, but he friended like a ridiculous amount of people from Twitter and people he knows from Twitter from doing breaks. And he's like, yeah, all these people are like, who are you? Do I know you? And he's like, oh, I didn't realize that he's friending them with his personal account because you can't friend with the business itself. So he didn't realize that. He figured they would realize, oh, it's a break thing, and they're just seeing like some random person, friend them, and they're like, who are you? And he's like, oh gosh, and he's like, dude, I'm like, I was laughing at it. Like, oh, yep, have fun. All these random people that are like, who are you? I have no clue who you are. So I was laughing when he was telling me that. So, so we'll hit up, excuse me, guys, Facebook and Twitter. I'll hit it up after when I'm done here. We'll hit it up again, and hopefully we'll just get some people. Twitter, we have like a ridiculous amount of people to my knowledge. I'll double check real quick for you guys, but he's been pretty good about spreading everything on Twitter. Let's see, as far as followers, and then we understand most of these people aren't going to look at your stuff. So we have 368 followers. So the hope is that some of those people will check in on stuff. Yeah, so basically it would be the idea of we're just hoping that some of those people will go onto this and watch this stuff and hopefully buy in at some point. We've had some people here and there. I don't know where they're from, but like some person who buys one thing here and there, and we appreciate it. So if we can get enough of those people, we can definitely sell out breaks more, and that's the goal, is just being able to sell these breaks out faster, not having an issue, and then selling these breaks out faster. So everyone will have a better time at it all. So yeah. Well, we just had someone buy. Weston just bought. Thanks, Weston. I don't know if you're watching, but thanks, Weston. We definitely appreciate it, guys. Again, neither of us are looking to get crazy rich. Matt has his own get-rich-quick schemes. He's using one of those apps now to invest in the stock market, and I was like, you're crazy. I told him my uncle actually does the stock markets on the side. He used to do it as his own business, and he had like a company or two he created for it, and he was very successful at it. And I'm like, every year he gives me like, I think $50 to $100, and he gives me choices, and he invests it for me for Christmas. And I've been doing it a couple years now, and I've made about 900. I either made 900 or that's the total I'm at right now total, but I've made quite a little bit of money, nothing crazy obviously. And Matt's like, if I invested in this stuff like a week ago or whatever, I could have doubled my money. He was like, if I put 1,500, I could have had 3,000. I'm like, yeah, the stock market's not that easy. I don't think you get how. Plus, I was like, these apps have got to charge you some type of a price for that, because they're not doing this for free. They got to make money off of it. So I'm sure there's like some type of thing where, hey, the minute you take money out, we get a percentage of that money. which is still good. You made money, but I don't. He has that get rich quick scheme idea in his head all the time, and I'm like, okay, we'll see how that goes for you. Hey, it could be successful, but at the same time, you could end up losing money with all these schemes. We actually had a coworker uh, that was like that. Really, really nice guy, really great guy, but he was always looking for uh, schemes to make money, and he doesn't realize it. But as far as I'm concerned, a lot of the schemes he got into were, you know, pyramid schemes, and he did. I don't think he realized it. Dude, that's a pyramid scheme. Like, oh, you got to get people to buy in, and the more people that buy in, you make more money. Yeah, called a pyramid scheme. Um, it can work. You can make money, but in the end, the higher up person makes more money always. Um, but yep. So yeah, we got some good breaks going on. Hopefully, again, we'll be breaking around 4:15, 4:30. He'll come on over. Matt will be here, and hopefully we can get some breaks sold out. So yeah, if you guys want, go to the website. Again, you see anything on the website that needs tweaking or something that you see an issue, please let me know so I can fix it. But yeah, so far the stream seems to be healthy and working okay. So um, I am gonna let you guys go so I can get some work done for work. Um, I wish you guys all the best. I know a lot of you guys are in quite a few of you are in New York, to my understanding, California. A lot of you guys, to my understanding, are in some pretty strict lockdown areas, and I hope you guys are doing okay. Um, that you guys are surviving okay. It's got to be. I mean, I'm scared enough where we're at. I can't imagine be dealing with that stuff. So, and then all I hear about is how places are trying to roll back the restrictions, and I totally understand people need to make a living and whatnot, but I don't know. Personally, from my point of view, it's kind of one of those things where I think like if we roll off on this too fast, I really feel like we're gonna hit another resurgence of this stuff, and you know I don't want anyone to die needlessly, so that we can be like, hey, let's get the economy going. Because trust me, I'm feeling that same pain. I'm on unemployment, and even then, it's like it's only going to be able to last so long before things kind of collapse, as far as I would think. Money, So I hope you guys are doing okay. I hope your families are okay. So we really do appreciate that you're willing to spend your money when things aren't doing the greatest. We definitely appreciate that. You guys don't know how much we appreciate that, even in this hard time where everyone's really having to make sacrifices and suffer, that you guys are supporting us and helping us out. So we definitely appreciate that. But so I'm going to let you guys go for now. I'm going to leave the stream up. Talk amongst yourselves if you feel like it. But I may chime in here and there. But I'm going to let the stream kind of just sit and see, give it like an hour or two, probably at least 2 hours, to see if it has any issues, if it slows down at some point. And then hopefully when we go on later, that'll be another test for us to see how it goes, and hopefully we have no issues. So wish you guys all the best, and we'll catch ya. I didn't have this on at all apparently. So hey everyone, it looks like one person's watching, but I'll do it anyways. So I bought into Lunchbox Wrestling Breaks a week or two ago or whatever it was, and I got some cards already. Nothing I really cared for personally. A lot of them were like Triple H, which I'm not a huge fan. Not that he's bad, but I'm not a huge fan of Triple H. Just stuff I didn't care for as much on a personal level. But I know I did get some interesting things from what I was told by Matt from this other one that we got cards in. So first I will say, huge fan on Mark Henry. Love this guy. I absolutely love him. World's Strongest signature move, World's Strongest Slam. My understanding, the World's Strongest Man. Love this guy. I actually, as Matt said on one of our breaks, let me get this done up. I was watching. Let's see. I was watching a. I don't know if it. I don't think it was in one of the big events, but it could have been. It would make sense if it was actually at one of the big events. I don't know if it was SummerSlam or what it was. But yeah, I love this card. I love it. I was really impressed with the guy. His upbringing, what he's dealt with in his life. I was very impressed. I mean, he's done a lot with his life. He's done some amazing things. Really nice guy, from my understanding. I'm just really impressed by him. I saw they did a whole little documentary about him. I've been meaning to try to find it so I could have it. Yeah, he grew up in a rough home, and not a bad home or anything, but a rough home from what I remember. It's not like his mom was super rich or anything. And he beat the odds. I mean, he worked hard, and he made something of himself, and I was very impressed by that on a personal level. I was very impressed by that. So, I thought that was really cool. Really thought that was cool. Had great respect for the guy. Not the most in shape person myself, but I've gone through spats in my life. I have a buddy, different buddy of mine who lives down in Mass, really good friend of mine, and he used to be a CrossFit trainer, and he's pretty big on working out. He goes through cycles of he's good with working out, not so great, a lot better than I ever am. He could do the upside down handstand, upside down handstand, or they're called handstand push-ups. He was that in shape when I first met him. He can kind of do that stuff now, not as much, but he's the one who got me to watch some of these documentaries they have with Arnold Schwarzenegger and stuff, and all the World's Strongest Man, all those Netflix specials they do. And it's really cool stuff to see what these guys do, because he's one of them. He used to just do weightlifting, and it's crazy to see the lives they live and how hard they have to push their bodies. He actually changed my opinion on steroids, because I used to think like, oh yeah, steroids are just cheating, blah blah blah. But you learn a lot about it, because steroids. I mean, I'm not saying they're good for everyone to take, but I think the average person is a horrible idea. But for these guys who it's all monitored with them and stuff, I mean, these guys, you can't just take steroids and magically get strong. It doesn't work that way. You do got to put the effort in, or you're not going to gain any muscle. So then you're going to be dealing with downsides all the way around the board. You're not going to even get the upsides of the steroids. So, you definitely got to, excuse me, guys. You got to put in the effort, so it's not like it's a magical fix. Okay, so again, got my little package from Lunchbox. Thank you, Lunchbox. I really appreciate it. Unfortunately, it was just when he did it was a time I was busy. The first one, I know I was with Matt. I think we had broke something that night, or we were at least attempting to, whatever it was. And Matt was watching it when he was with me. And then he did it the other one. I forget when this one happened, but I was like, oh, I thought I already got all the cards, but so I just opened it up. Got some opening day cards. We'll go with that first. I have no clue if anything's going to be even valuable in this, so I'm just going to keep them out. If anyone notices, let me know, but I'll have no clue if anything valuable is in here unless it's like, oh, magically it's obvious. Dan Vogelbach. I'm going to slaughter these names probably. Eduardo Rodriguez. Okay. Oh, Acua Jr. Ecuador Escobar. Okay, nothing looks very valuable, I'm guessing here. Mike Fiers. Brad Hand. And we got opening day Texas Rangers. Texas Rangers versus Chicago Cubs, March 28th, 2019. I'm just doing the math here going, oh yeah, I was like, wait, they didn't do, oh yeah, this was last year. So, yeah, nothing valuable looking, but I appreciate it. It's cool to get something to open, so I do appreciate that. Matt and I have talked about doing that with some of our breaks where we could find some cool little packs to just throw in when people buy. And once we're more established and there's money coming in, we'll definitely be doing that. So, we'll start with opening these up here. So, okay, let's see what we got. I don't know. I must have had N, I believe. I may have even had multiple letters, obviously, but I don't know. So, 20 years of SmackDown. Okay. Nakamura. Okay, so like this is the stuff I'm more used to. As far as I've seen him plenty of times. And so I love him. He was one of the ones I remember I originally saw and was like, okay. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, I like him. I'm not the biggest fan in the world. Like I told Matt when Matt mentioned who I had, I was like, I talked about how he always has his big mouthpiece in. His mouthpiece he wears, and it's this big mouthpiece, and you can always see it whenever he is wrestling, and he's one of the wrestlers I laugh just because he some of the wrestlers over exaggerate the moves they do, so it's like you're just like okay, come on, let's make this more realistic here. I mean, I love the guy, don't get me wrong, but he can be a little drama when he's in the when he's in the ring. So. But he's a pretty cool guy, I'll give him that. Oh, one of my absolute favorites. So, let's see. Triple H says Bray Wyatt. I don't know what letters I had. Love him. He was one of the ones when I first started watching. From what I remember, his spiel was he would come out with a robe on, and he'd have his buddies with him. I'm just looking at the feed. It looks like it's getting fuzzy all of a sudden. I don't know. Just curious. When he would come out in the ring, I remember him, and I remember his thing being that he would wear a robe, and he would also have like a call it. He had a just trying to think what it was called. He had a lantern. He had like a lantern, and it would be all dark in the ring, and then he would have a lantern, and they'd play the music, and he'd have his brothers with him, his buddies, and I know he lost. It looks like he lost a lot of weight, and now if I'm correct, he is the Fiend. He turned himself into the Fiend, wearing his mask and stuff. I absolutely loved this guy. He was like one of the ones where I was like, oh yeah, like oh I love this guy. I mean, and when he left for a while, I was like really ticked. I never realized that they do this thing where they go to other countries, so they're not available for a while to be watched on Raw or SmackDown. I didn't realize they did that, or they got traded to to the other brands, and I was like, oh, it was like perfect the way I knew it at the time. You had him, you had certain other people, and then things started changing. And I said, oh, so that's been one of the reasons I don't watch as much, is I didn't realize they did this, and I don't mind it, but like there were just certain people I really liked, so that kind of annoyed me. Okay, it looks like we are frozen. Oh, come on. I am going to put this down in case, and I'm just going to look. We are getting frozen for some reason. I'm just going to check out the computer real quick. Interesting. If we can keep these breaks short enough, it won't be a huge problem anyways. Now, I don't know if it's frozen or just on my end. The quality isn't looking the greatest, but that's also because of what I have my computer set to. It was on automatic. I mean, everything seems to be good here. I'm gonna... Okay, let's see. It was showing up on my screen as fuzzier and stuff. I'm just making sure. I want to make sure we're not having an issue here with the connection. I mean, the connection is showing up as it's good, live and healthy. Only one person technically watching. I'm guessing no one's watching right now. But that is awkward. Well, it's more concerning if anything. I'm kind of like, I'm not going to be happy if this has any issues on us, because we're paying for good internet now. There's no reason that should happen. Ooh. We'll find out. We'll find out eventually, so... let's see. Corey says, okay. Kevin Nash. See, I don't even know him. See, some of these other guys I don't know. He must be older, I'm guessing, in this thing, because I've never seen him. Xavier Woods, love him. He's awesome. Dash Wilder, sounds familiar, but I really... Oh, he's on Next. I don't watch Next at all. My grandfather didn't like it, and he's been watching it a little, but... Natalia... Tony Reese. If that's who I think it is. Not sure. Renee Young, huge fan. Just checking out some of these other cards real quick. Kevin Owens. Another Bray Wyatt and Natalia. Oh, this must have been her back in the day, it looks like. Dang, good looking. So, looks like I may be frozen. Let me see. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here, guys. I don't know if it's lagging, or if it's just on my side, so I'll end up having to rewatch this and see what goes on at this point, I guess. Around the 1 hour, 15 minute, 20 minute mark, it started to have issues from what it's showing. We'll see. So, yeah. Another Bray Wyatt. WrestleMania, yeah, he was one of my favorites. I just loved him. Bigger guy like me, so I just loved him. Renee Young, gosh, oh, if she was single, marry me. Oh, just gorgeous. It really sucked that she left Raw in her possession as an announcer. Just absolutely gorgeous. I mean, just love her, absolutely, just love her. So I was like, oh, loving that card. So, we'll wrap it up here. I'll wrap it all up. Again, thank you, Lunchbox. I really appreciate it. It was a good break. I'm sorry. I'll probably end up watching it later. But I got something special. something pretty dang special because I've never gotten anything like this. I'm just gonna do something real quick. I'll hold off on that. So I got this. So it's an authentic matte relic. So I never heard of a matte relic. You own an authentic Money in the Bank 2018 event used canvas matte relic card. Nakamura card. So Shinsuke Nakamura. So, well, that's pretty cool. I would have loved if it came off his costume or something, not gonna lie. Not gonna complain though either. But that's pretty cool stuff. My grandfather, I told him about this, and you can tell he didn't get it much. He's pretty old. So I'm gonna have to, when things get better, I'm hoping I can bring this and show him and be like, this is a piece of mat that was at the 2018 Money in the Bank event. This was actually from the mat there. That's pretty cool stuff. See, this stuff, personally, I mean, I don't judge you guys. Personally, I'm not a big baseball card fan, football, any of that. I like the sports, but yeah, it's just not my cup of tea is all. No judge on you guys. I spend my money in really bad ways on so much stuff. I wouldn't even have the money to go crazy with cards. But even wrestling, I'm like, yeah, that's cool stuff. I mean, I wouldn't go crazy on it. Again, it's just not my cup of tea as much. That's why it's good. Matt, it works out for Matt and I. I love running a business type thing. He loves cards, so I could do wrestling, though, I will say. But this just makes me go, okay, maybe I will have to get more into this. Because this is the type of stuff, it's really cool to see. It's like, this is the type of thing, like a signature or a piece of fabric or something like that. That's the type of stuff for me that makes me go, like, that is, like, really getting you to be, it's like you are getting to see a piece of history, so to speak, with it. And that for me is a big deal. Cards are cool in general, but when you can be like, oh, I got a signature from this person. This person signed this. That's really cool. And then if you can get a piece of, like, the piece of the mat or, whatever, a piece of the jersey, that's so cool because it's like, that is literally history. At one point, this piece of mat fabric was on the mat that they were playing on. Now, of course, I rather would have had a piece of his costume, obviously. But I think that's just cool stuff to be able to say. Like, that's history in front of you, and I love that. And I love history, so it's a new one to get to sit there right there. Renee wants to join in too. She's worth it. She can join in too. So some of the sweet wrestling things I've gotten so far. Tell you what, we're gonna sleeve up another thing or two. These are gonna be Brett specials, right here. These are the things I find very special so far. I've gotten. Renee, you're worth it. And let's see, we'll move these. Let's see, we'll see if there's anything else special enough. We'll do these two too. These are the Brett specials right here. So It's not a bad little haul. All things that I like, so I'm good with that. I'm not going to hear any complaints from me. So not a bad little haul. Yeah, I know, Matt. No one's here. I figured, you know, Dustin or one of them probably has it in the earpiece, or who knows, or they just have their computer up and running, whatever. If that's the fact, I don't know. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just you and I right now. But I figured even that one that's always there, could be us because I have to have it open on the computer. So I don't know, but whatever. People want to watch back, they can. Yeah, we had a little bit of streaming issues, and it was just like for like 3 minutes it was just lagging for whatever reason. I don't know if it was just us or if it was the whole video. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it, but it was at the like 120ish mark, so I'm gonna have to go back at that point and definitely watch that part of it. But nothing shut off, at least, no. So, and it's up and strong again, so who knows? We'll find. It's just gonna have to be a crapshoot thing where we just do it and we'll see what happens. I don't know why it would be weak, but again, like I said, I'm gonna have to get a new cable that we're using that I'll put under the camper itself. And hopefully that better. This wire's not bad. It's good for now. It was free, but probably gonna have to invest in like a $40 piece of cable. That just goes under the camper anyways, and maybe it will have a little better transfer at that point. This wire is just the way it's a very thin wire, so hopefully the thicker wire won't have little kinks that this can have and everything. But I'm gonna leave this up, guys. I'll go back to putting up. Let's see. I'll send back. Here we go. We'll get rid of this. And we'll just leave that up and running like that for now. I'll catch you, Matt. So I'm going to leave this up for anyone who does end up coming by, and we will catch you in a while.